Yeah, my best guess is that Ryan had omniscience in hand, which is why he didn't therapy.
Yeah.
He might have been at less life than we thought. If he was only at like 3 life, well, no, you gotta draw cards.
Yeah.
But if he was really locked out under bargain, then now it's gonna win us. But we don't know. God, this is terrible. It'll last for too much longer.
Yeah.
Oh, this is exciting.
Are we getting a phone call?
Yes.
We have a viewer.
Hello?
Hello.
You should
Hi.
turn your video
You gotta
on.
turn your camera on.
I have to turn the camera on?
No, I think
Or,
you have it off.
You have your video is muted.
Well, that
Oh,
did
yeah.
not make
Yeah.
any sense. My video is muted.
His video is muted. All right.
You should turn on your video, right?
Hey,
Oh no, we don't because
Yes, we're
wow,
good.
this is a crazy setup.
I have it all
It's
set up.
almost like you
Let me,
planned this.
I did plan it. Let me pull up your deck list real quick. On this exciting screen right here. So I'm guessing you won that game. We did not catch the way end of it.
Because your stream died. Like,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
we
Yeah,
heard
the,
time lock, and then the stream died. We're like, no, not now! It just got exciting.
Yeah, sorry about the stream troubles. We're trying to get stuff fixed. I can see it's trying to reconnect now, too.
All right,
That's fine.
fill us in.
So I won by taking, 3-4 turns in a row?
Ooh.
And I wanted to make sure that I was able to play through whatever the last card in his hand was, which turned out to be Flusterstorm.
Interesting.
Eventually I found Thoughtseize and had Voltaic Key in my hand, so I Thoughtseized his last card and played Voltaic Key and won with Time Vault. I had Vampiric Tutor in my hand, so
Yeah.
I could
So-
pretty win however I wanted to.
So did he just lock himself under bargain? What happened at the end there?
Yeah, apparently, well, Ryan's still here.
Oh yeah, he can come over. I mean.
He got, apparently it was like the worst bargain ever.
Not the worst, I just could have handled it better.
It says he could have handled it better. So essentially, it was a problem of drawing not great cards, even though you drew 16 of them, and
That's why 16. I didn't think much of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ancient Tomb.
So he bargained with 16 life and didn't end up panning out. He drew a bunch of small things and
Yeah.
wasn't able to draw cards naturally because of bargain.
Yeah, I was watching his draw, and it seemed like he drew like maybe all of the rest of his Rectors and every counterspell in his deck, but no action. So you're just kind of like, I can't go anywhere with this.
Right. Yeah, I know. You saw he played a couple Rectors and didn't have anything else and wasn't drawing cards. So.
Sometimes things go wrong, and you just have to attack your opponent with Squires.
And he played Gifts, and I just tried to give him cards that wouldn't let him get specific things.
Yeah.
So, I gave him 3 random cards with Ancestral and
Cabal.
and Cabal Therapy, right?
Yeah.
So,
Cabal was the wrong card to take. I should have grabbed Brainstorm or some other draw card.
yeah. Cards. So, yeah, I got lucky there in game 3. I'm not.
Yeah, that was.
I had nothing to do with that win.
Yeah, it was. Everyone assumed you were out of it when you literally had nothing in your hand and he had therapied you, and you were like, "Well, I have 2 lands and a Blightsteel. Go ahead." And then it was just like, "Oh wait." I think my favorite part of that was you just defiantly untapped your Time Vault to troll him, and then it ended up mattering later. You're like, "Oh wait, you didn't kill me."
That wasn't defiantly. He had one card in hand was attacking you with Squires. It wasn't defiant. It was just like.
Well, I figured it was all right, this game's over. Whatever, just do whatever you need to do.
At that point, I had figured I was already winning, so untapping Time Vault was just I'm banking a Time Walk.
Okay. Yeah. At that point, I guess we hadn't come around to being like, oh wait a minute, he's not losing anymore. He's actually winning. Because just the turn before, you were like, this is my hand.
Yeah.
I think you actually said thank you for making me feel like I'm still a part of this game.
Right. Well, because I figured he had one card in hand and it was some ridiculous thing. And it was not. It was Flusterstorm.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what we were at the time too. We were like, all right, so he can get Omniscience and then kill him, right? And then he didn't, and we were like, wait a minute, something's wrong here.
Right.
So the Blue, Black, Red, Gush. How long have you been playing this list? Did you just put it together? You've been working on it for a while?
So I put this list together. I mean, I've been playing Gush Tendrils-y lists for a while. It's actually pretty similar to the list that I won the last Team Series Open at Jeff's house with, which was last December, so a year ago. Although that one had 4 dig-through times. This is the first one. I cut green and added red, and I did that on Thursday night at 11 o'clock. So I've had this particular build together for, 36 hours or so.
Nice. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Ryan, of course, your deck was... I've seen it before, though I haven't seen it in action. I'm guessing a lot of people who are watching have never seen anything like it. How long have you been playing it? What do you like about it?
I have absolutely seen that scenario and I have put myself in a great position and just handed the game away, many times in testing. So I know it's definitely a possibility. It's there. I've been playing this deck, for about a year and a half, but I have not been very active in the tournament in the last 6 months. I missed the Eternal weekend, so I guess I'm trying to knock the rust off here.
Yeah.
What I like about the deck is that sometimes you just get broken open in hand, like turn 2 Flash Rector Bargain, which you should win the game with, but
Yeah.
sometimes you don't. And
Yeah, I think you definitely... A lot of things had to go wrong. So you have to get pretty unlucky for you to draw all those cards in a row. It does happen. Hopefully it won't happen.
And I sort of think the only thing I contributed to that was maybe that Merchant Scroll for Flusterstorm instead of something else.
Well,
I don't know if that mattered at all.
I had my break trap again.
Yeah, I know. You mind break trapped it anyway. So.
Yeah, I know.
so it doesn't even matter.
Well, I could have gotten Ancestral. And...
So what did each of you sideboard in the matchup? We didn't have Ryan sideboard when we started streaming, and we didn't get to see what you brought in and out. If you're willing to tell our viewers your secrets.
I thought of 3 Fluster Storms and 2 Mind Break Traps, and I took out Tinker, Blightsteel, Swamp, Perkle's Recall, and 1 Gift Ungiven. I feel like against Dak Baden, Blightsteel is kind of a liability, or with younger Jace, just not quick enough to, sometimes take 2 swings to get in it with younger Jace down on the board.
Man, Jace the Younger.
Yeah,
that's a good name for that card.
You hear it here first, guys.
Yeah, and I sort of did the same thing. I was bringing in 3 cards. Game 1, I brought in 2 essentially red Elemental Blasts and a Mind Break Trap. In Game 2, I switched one of the red Elemental Blasts for a Mind Break Trap. So I had basically 3 extra control cards. I don't know if they... I guess they were okay.
I never saw them.
It didn't matter.
Yeah. Just I haven't seen all the deck lists yet, but it looks like we got a lot of decks that are running Flusterstorm and Mind Break Trap today, and a lot of those decks are bad against Mind Break Trap and Flusterstorm. So it seems like it's a good call.
That's
a good medium call. A lot of people are making.
For my impression of the Ohio/Michigan metagame, I think you run into a lot more combo-y decks than maybe normal. Right now we're sort of a lot of our shops players are not here, so we don't have Anthony Michaels Twan. We don't have Mark Trogdon's not here. Jerry Yang's not here. I mean, Jerry probably wouldn't play shops at this one, but I mean, we're short a few shops players, and in a 20-person tournament, that's 5% of the metagame for each one. So, I think you're going to see a lot more Gush. You'll probably see some Dark Petitions, that sort of thing.
It makes for better TV.
He's going to be playing
Glass City Vault,
which is regular Steel City Vault, but it has Notion Thieves. This is Jeff Mose. You may have heard of him on the podcast. He's also our gracious host for the weekend.
Yeah, I wanted to remind you guys that food is served upstairs and you shouldn't eat through all your food time talking to this loser.
We might not need to dilly dally, but you can just stay on the feed and continue talking to Andy.
And eating?
Yeah.
People love when people eat on Twitch. It's like people just love it. You know, watching people eat food is just man.
Yeah. Eating on stream is the best, right?
Yeah. Oh man, people love it. Especially like things like potato chips and stuff. Oh yeah.
Just them with punches.
Oh, how bad are we at sandwich punch?
Real bad.
This is terrible.
I got punched by Jacob. There was an illegal punch.
Oh
Of
Some sandwich punch drama.
Oh yes.
We
We should probably explain sandwich punch for the people that are watching that are unfamiliar with.
How can we get to explain sandwich punch?
And then
John's not here.
and then G got a stealth punch in.
Oh,
So,
Jacob.
It's a very, very
We're fine. We're
complicated
on-
gentleman's sport.
Somebody go get Jacob. Is he sober enough to talk?
He's like 8 Jaeger bombs in it.
It's
All
only
right,
round
okay.
1, guys.
Yeah, he's like way behind.
Yeah, we should probably talk about sandwich punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, for people who don't know, we're getting more of an expert. I'm only the judge. Like I know how to play, but I don't usually participate myself. I've lost sandwiches, but not one. But anyway, the whole premise of the game, and there are rules online. Like if you search a Demand a Drink for sandwich punch, the rules come up. Anyway, it's if you get a sandwich and you alter it in any way, so if you add ketchup to it or cut it in half or take a bite out of it, your sandwich is live and can be punched by another person who's in the game. And so the idea is that you can protect your sandwich by putting something on top of it, like a napkin or a fork. So Jimmy has his dirty napkin on top of this sandwich,
Nice.
like this.
Okay. As you should.
So that's a guarded sandwich.
But that's not. Okay, but
Right, yeah. The guarded sandwich, and that keeps his sandwich safe. And the idea is that, like, if you're...
This thing pretty much is upstairs, by the way.
I've heard. So the idea is that, if you leave your sandwich unattended because you're, for whatever reason, and it gets punched, it causes shame.
yeah.
Personal responsibility.
And you have a punched sandwich, so
Yeah,
that's not good either.
That's the true drawback, is your sandwich has been punched.
Yeah.
Um,
Wasn't there a discussion a while back over if like a burrito is a sandwich?
Oh, there are many debates.
Like,
No, there are debates, and these are there are bylaws and things too. So the tacos and burritos are not a sandwich because they're not two pieces of bread. They're really
Okay.
only one piece of bread that's wrapped around a thing.
all right, that makes sense.
They're on the sandwich menu, though. Because
Right,
things could claim to be sandwiches,
Right.
and then they are, like an Oreo.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
an Oreo is a
That's
sandwich cookie.
because it's a
So
sandwich
that's
cookie.
punchable, but
not.
nobody punches an Oreo because everyone eats them in one bite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice cream sandwiches, definitely punchable. If
Nice.
a burrito is on the sandwich menu at a restaurant,
Yeah.
that makes it punchable.
Or a wrap, for instance, if it was on a
right,
sandwich. Okay.
wraps definitely appear on the sandwich menu. Those are punchable.
All right.
Open-faced sandwiches are messy,
Yeah.
but they're a sandwich. Like
Yeah.
I know they have a couple burgers at Thurman's that are open-faced, and I've had to protect those while I eat them.
Mhm.
It's a pain in the butt.
I mean, really, it's better safe than sorry,
Yeah.
since I'm sure that's mentioned. Once you're in for life. There's no,
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
playing today.
I gotta ask, hypothetical question.
He was just playing for this event, and it's like, I got
No,
bad
no.
news, buddy.
What
Sorry
if you
about work.
what
Yeah,
if you get an open-faced sandwich and you
Right.
cover it with a piece of bread?
Well, then it's a closed sandwich.
Yeah.
And
But you're
so-
protecting it.
I understand. That doesn't work.
All
Don't
right.
try that, because I'll rule against you.
And then
Generally, you
then
can't
you're-
protect with pieces of sandwich. So,
Yeah,
like, I
sandwich
couldn't, like,
roll.
squirt mustard on top of my bun and declare it protected.
Right.
But I could put an unopened packet, because, like, you're not going to eat that packet. It's not part of the sandwich. You're best off with non-sandwich
Important
pieces.
distinction.
Yeah. It when in doubt, be clear with what you're
True.
protecting with.
I mean, the worst that's going to happen is you overprotect, but if you underprotect and get punched, that's probably going to rule against you, and it's your own fault.
I am a harsh judge.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it is.
Hopefully
it is
he
important-
replies, "Stop texting me, I don't care."
That's because I get texts at like 2 a.m. about, hey, what happened if I put the sandwich?
It is important to reiterate for the people in the chat who are saying this sounds fun. You're not supposed to play Sandwich Punch with someone who has never heard of Sandwich Punch or has decided to opt out of Sandwich Punch. You really shouldn't go around to strangers punching their sandwiches.
I mean, if you want to. Like, Jacob says he's brought in hundreds of people to Sandwich Punch, and I'm not sure how he does that. I
I don't know
don't
either.
I
I'm
don't
just
assume that he just hangs out at Panera's and punches people's sandwiches. Like, he might.
And then they're really into it. Like, this was a great experience.
That's a great idea. That was awesome.
I'm really excited about this.
So I don't know.
We're generally we consider it a gentleman's game, so we're pretty opt-in. You have to like either punch your way in or explicitly say yes, I'm in.
Right. So people
Punch your way in? That sounds exciting.
Like being in a gang.
Robin are both out on Sandwich Punch, but they can both enter at any time just by nailing someone's sandwich. So
you don't have to declare yourself in. You can be out and then see an unprotected sandwich and punch it and be in that way.
I'm in. That's it.
You don't have to like preemptively be like, by the way, I might punch this.
Yeah,
you can just punch it.
We don't need an email memo.
All right. Good.
Which is, I mean, it's if you're trying to get people in, maybe that's a strategy. I definitely left my sandwich unprotected thinking, boy, I really hope this gets punched because these people are probably going to be pretty good victims.
Right.
so you sacrifice a sandwich for later games.
Yeah, so late game strategic thinking.
There are people who are just really bad at Sandwich Punch. And I'm going to go ahead and just mention that Stephen Menendian is very bad at Sandwich Punch.
But he is in.
Oh, so he's in. Okay, everyone who's watching this stream right now, if you ever see Steve eating a sandwich, just blast it. Like,
maybe follow the rules, but
yeah,
Steve is in Sandwich Punch, and he's in for life, so we can't tell you he's not playing. That's not how it works.
Yeah, at his wedding, if they have sandwiches for whatever reason, punchable.
All right.
I'm going to point that out.
Good to know. Everyone that's watching the stream right now, take note.
All of you who are going to Steve's wedding, because I'm sure there's a lot of viewers.
Or, just run into him on the street. Just,
Just not him, just the sandwich, though. It's...
Well,
They're
I mean,
cool.
that's, what if he's, like, holding the sandwich in front of his chest, and you just happen to accidentally punch Steve in the chest, like, completely by accident? Just like...
I mean, technically, it's supposed to be a vertical punch, but
you can't, like...
What if he's lying down with the sandwich on his chest?
as he tends to do.
Like, he's lying in a hammock or something, and he's, like, eating a sandwich?
Oh, man.
It's in a hammock.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, if you're in a hammock eating a sandwich, and then you get sandwich punch, that would be, like, the greatest moment in your life, immediately followed by the worst moment in your life.
the time where you're falling out of the hammock.
Like, I'd be so happy if I was eating a sandwich in a hammock and then just get punched in the chest and lose your sandwich. It's terrible.
This is like some people's wives are in, which I think is hilarious.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like Twan's wife will just punch sandwiches out of his hand instead.
Nice. As it's meant to be. True love.
To be for marital bliss, if there ever was one, is destroying each other's meals when they're not watching.
Right.
I think we're probably coming up toward the end of our lunch break here.
Yeah. All right.
So we'll probably get some pairings shortly.
I probably need to eat a sandwich.
You should go eat that.
Yeah.
Like 3 left.
Protect that sandwich.
I'm gonna go